Before we get started with the video today, guys, I want to let you viewers out there know that only a small fraction of you guys currently watching are actually subscribed to my channel, so make sure to smash that subscribe button for instant updates about videos that I release and other announcements, and also smash that like button to help my channel out. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to episode 5 of my Zero to Hero free-to-play account progression series. And if you guys don't know, this is where I'm playing on my alt account, trying to get to Wyvern 13 and beyond as efficiently as possible and showing you new players every step along the way. Now, just to get started with the episode, guys, I'm just going to go over my team real quick so you can see on the screen. This is the team that I'm running for mostly, Abyss and Venture just to progress. And then I actually have my Wyvern team prepared. So if I look in the team tab, you'll see that I have all the components I need for my Wyvern team. I have Sigret for my reroll, and then the 3 other units surrounding her I have gotten from connections. So yeah, going over connections real quick, you'll see that I actually finished them all, and this is what you guys want to do as well. You want to get Angelica connection done, you want to get Furious connection done, and Alexa. So Alexa's you unlock her quest very early, Angelica's you will get from beating 10-10, and Furious you get from episode 2 3-10 to unlock him. So yeah, very important to do. You actually need to do it for Wyvern. And after you finish 10-10 in regular adventure, you actually want to focus on those connections ASAP. So basically, rush episode 2 3-10 to get Furious as well. Now to go over my adventure progression, obviously I'm past episode 2 3-10, but that's where I stopped because I just rushed to get Furious. And then now I'm starting to work through my unrecorded history, because you actually need to unlock the stages here, because this is where you will be primarily farming your catalysts, because it gives you double the AP than regular adventure, which is used to buy catalysts, and it can also actually drop and sell epic catalysts, which you'll need for either skill enhancing or awakening your units later. So yeah, make sure you get through unrecorded history as far as you can. You'll want to beat it because I think Angelica's catalyst for 6-star awakening her actually is going to be from, what's it called? I think 9-1 of unrecorded history, if I'm correct. So yeah, if you guys want to know where you need to farm for your catalyst, actually, if you go to awaken or skill enhance, it'll show you a catalyst journal, right? And then you click the catalyst that you want to farm, and then you click the step 2, the episode, and always through unrecorded history, guys. It is the most efficient for you right now. And then you'll see, and yeah, like I said, 9-1 unrecorded history. So I have to grind there and then start farming there for the AP points, so I can actually buy this for Angelica's awakenings. So yeah, make sure you're doing this. You want to keep farming, get all the catalysts, and get the EXP you need to awaken and skill enhance your units. Don't skill enhance recklessly though, guys. If you guys need to know what to skill enhance, I have a Wyvern guide up that goes over that in depth, so make sure you check that out. Now with my adventure progression and my connection progression, yeah, I actually want to go over one more thing before I go over my Wyvern team once more. So in the battle tab, you want to make sure you're doing 2 things. Now that you've beaten most of the story mode, you want to do Automaton Tower, which is basically a 25 floor dungeon with 4 levels. You can only do 1 level at a time and collect rewards from 1 level. So for new players, you'll start at level 1, and you're just going to want to grind through this because it gives really crazy rewards. Notably on floor 24, you'll get a box where you can choose either necklace or ring, and the main stat, and the set will be speed. And speed set's very OP for PvE, guys, especially in early game. The earlier you get it, the better. It'll help you out a lot, and I'll go over why later on when I go over my team's gear. So yeah, make sure you do this, guys. Just do as far as you can. Level 2 you guys can probably do as well if you guys have a 6-star Angelica already, and you just bring your Wyvern team in. You'll probably be able to do at least level 2 as well. So level 1 is pretty easy. Just make sure your units are just not like naked and undergeared, and they're actually, somewhat decent, okay? So yeah, that's it for Automaton Tower. Make sure you guys do this. The way it works is, yeah, you just get devices every floor with the rewards, and you also get like some bonuses to either your class or like some units or some elements. There's just a lot of bonuses, so you just want to choose what you think is the best one. And yeah, more on Automaton Tower in another guide in the future, but should be pretty straightforward for at least level 1. So make sure you do this, guys. Really good loot for you, especially early game players. And next, after Automaton Tower, now that you want to start getting into Wyvern, guys, you want to do Hall of Trials. So Hall of Trials is very important because it actually will drop. I'm gonna leave the screen because there's a bell ringing in my ear from the Thomas Tire. But Hall of Trials will drop you a currency that you can use to buy artifacts. You can buy a 5-star unit, which is pretty bad. Xeno is pretty bad, so don't buy him. But most importantly, it'll be able to drop you exclusive equipments. Now, there's actually 3 units you can use in Wyvern that have exclusive equipments. One being Sigret, one being Angelica, and one being Clarissa. So you'll need a lot of these eventually, especially if you want to buy one for all of them. But yeah, you want to make sure you buy them. The most important one is going to be Sigret and probably Clarissa, and Angie's is really good as well. But yeah, the reason why you want it is because, as you can see on your screen, there's actually debuff chance increased, which is going to be very, very important for Wyvern 13 because you need to have at least 2 debuffs, preferably 3 on the boss, so the boss hits your front line and doesn't one-shot your DPS and snipe them. So yeah, this will be very nice because it will just make your runs way more consistent and less RNG. So yeah, make sure you farm Hall of Trials, guys. It doesn't matter how badly you do in it. You just go inside and do as much damage as you can. You get rewarded for it at the end. That's all you really need to know about it. Just try to get those currencies so you can buy those exclusive equipments for your Wyvern team. And now to go over my Wyvern team in general, let's go over these units. So I'm going to organize it by ice. So starting off with Sigret, she is 5-star, level 50 max level, using DDJ, which is going to be her best artifact. I want to max limit break this, so we'll have to summon more. So yeah, I'm going to keep trying to farm more Sky Stones by getting all the stars from Unrecorded History Adventure Episode 2, and also trying to, you know, promote an arena for first time Sky Stones so I can get more summons. This is the best artifact for PvE, general purpose. For Wyvern, it is super OP. It'll be most of your damage by far. So make sure you have one of these on all of your DPS. Sigret, Alexa, and Furious, or Clarissa if you're using it as well. Furious you can swap out for Song of Stars if you have it, but if not, just use Daydream Joker. And make sure you just, you know, rank this up because it will be a huge amount of damage because it scales with max HP of the boss. And looking at her gear, she's running a attack set, the free attack set from, I think this is from the check-in event, and it rolled okay. The thing is though, I'm most likely going to replace the ring or put it on someone else, and also the boots. And why is that, you ask? Well, Sigret is a very good debuffer for Wyvern, 2 debuffs on her S1 and S2, and to do that, you need to have a 65% effectiveness chance for Wyvern 13. It's a little bit lower for 12 and 11 because the boss has effect resist, and to bypass it all, you'll need 65% effectiveness to bypass the boss's 80. So yeah, effectiveness ring will give me 60% effectiveness, meaning that if I have an effectiveness main stat ring, it'll just cover all the effectiveness by itself. And for boots, I'm switching it to speed boots because main stat speed boots, I'm talking about main stat, guys, not the set, will give you about 40 speed when it's plus 15, and that'll just make her move a lot faster and be able to apply more debuffs with her skills. So yeah, you want to swap out the ring and boots on Sigret. Obviously you can't do it now because you don't have the effectiveness ring or speed boots, but you'll be able to get it from farming Wyvern 11 or 12, where you'll be most likely taking a pit stop before Wyvern 13. It's very, very rare to have your gear roll good enough to just skip all the way through 11 and 12 into 13. Most people will have to farm at 11 and 12 for gear, most notably effectiveness ring, some speed main stat boots, and some other upgrades to your gear. Now you might be saying, well, you're losing your attack set. Well, no, I'm not. So attack set is 4 out of 4, or it's out of 4 pieces. So this 5th and 6th piece, which is my ring and boots, or I guess like any other pieces you could take out as well, don't do anything. So if I unequip this right now, I actually don't lose the attack set because it is a 4 set, alright? It is not a 6 set. So me getting an effectiveness main stat ring and speed main stat boot doesn't matter. They can be on random sets like effectiveness set and then speed set here, even though I don't get another set bonus because yeah, I don't really need the set. Crit chance is fine because I have Furious, and yeah, speed set I'm not gonna run anyways because I'm running attack set, which is already a 4 set and there's only 6 slots. So yeah, that's it for my Sigret's gear. I want the equipment as well, so I'm gonna have to farm trials after I unlock it after beating 4-10 in episode 2. So you want to beeline that as well because it is very, very important to make her a better debuffer. And then next we have our tank, Angelica. So Angelica is running the free health set from the check-in. Very, very strong for early game tanking. You can run this, and no matter how poorly it rolls, you'll be able to tank Wyvern 11 and 12 pretty easily. The only thing is, like Sigret, how I'm going to be taking away a piece of gear and switching it to like speed main stat boot, I'm going to be doing that with Angelica as well because her speed is so low that if you don't have a speed main stat boot, you never get a turn. So I'm going to take out this boot, right, and run a speed main stat. Doesn't matter what the set is that drops or I craft from Wyvern. And then after that, I lose one of my health sets because health set is 2 out of 2. So I can actually replace another one of these pieces with another broken set that I get from Wyvern that has really good tank subs like speed, health, and defense. So if I look at my gear real quick, right, you notice that this has some F-res, this has some, you know, crit and F-res. Crit and F-res from these pieces are the most useless stat for Angelica. F-res is only really good for Momo. So if this was like my Momo, right, this would be really good because of the F-res, right? My weapon would be insane for Momo because of the F-res as well. But it's Angelica, so they don't really mean too much to me. So I'm most likely going to replace either my weapon, my armor, or my neck because I have so much F-res on it, and I have a free piece to switch out because I am switching my boots from speed or from health set to speed main set, broken set boots. So I'll be using only 2 health sets, but that's fine. You actually just need the speed on Angelica, or else you'll never take a turn to heal, and you'll just die and not be able to kill the Wyvern boss. Wyvern 11 and 12, you'll probably be fine on this set altogether, but for Wyvern 13 for sure, you're going to need that speed main stat boot. And then going on with Furious, he's only level 22, guys, but it is okay. I'm gonna level him up while farming eventually. You'll see he's on the speed set from one of the free Spiriteria sets. Yeah, so same with Furious, I'm going to be switching his ring like I'm doing with Sigret to Effectiveness ring, because he needs to land the defense break and has some debuffs. So you want to switch him to the Effectiveness ring eventually, and then I'll eventually switch his boot to a speed set and speed main stat boot. And the reason why I need both is because if I don't make it a speed set, I'm losing the speed set bonus, which is very important because speed set is 4 out of 4. So I need speed set and speed main set, which will farm from Wyvern 12 and 11 before I hit 13. Now for Artifact, I have him on Infinity Basket, but you want to use him on Daydream Joker eventually. And if you have Song of Stars and we're lucky enough to pull it, you want to use that. It's way better. But I don't have another copy of Daydream Joker, so I'm running him on Infinity Basket for now. Now for Alexa, same thing. I don't have the actually the set that I get for completing Adventure's Path. I actually need a 6-star unit. I don't have a 6-star yet, but once I do, I'll put that on Alexa, and I'll use that set on her as well. And then same thing, guys. I'm gonna try to swap out the ring for Effectiveness ring and boot for speed boot, and maybe even speed set. We'll see. But yeah, I'm waiting for the Adventure's Path gear, and then I'll put it on Alexa. And yeah, Daydream Joker, very, very good on her because she hits twice and procs it twice because of her S1 when you crit, which you'll always crit. You'll have a 100% chance to, activate your, another attack basically. So very, very strong, makes her very powerful. Yeah, makes her activate Daydream Joker twice, which you will cut the boss's health by a lot. She'll do your most damage by far until Sigret gets a little bit better gear. So that's how my Wyvern team is going. That is why the Automaton accessories box is really good, because you'll be able to get a speed set, Effectiveness ring right off the bat from it. And the subs, although you have to roll it, just pray that they're good. But just keep in mind, subs don't matter too much, guys. Like Angelica, like I don't need perfect gear. Like you see my gear rolled pretty badly. You know, I'm still pretty confident I'll be able to kill Wyvern. You just need to know what to prioritize, and the most important thing is like knowing to switch to speed main stat boots. A lot of people just like go in with no speed and like, oh my god, I'm dying. Oh, Wyvern's too strong, I'm too squishy. No, you're just not getting turns off. So yeah, and also like of course you want the effectiveness, because yeah, stat guidelines are very important to have. My other Wyvern guide has all the stat guidelines listed out with all the gear you should run in artifacts. So if you guys really want an in-depth guide on how to, you know, take down Wyvern 11, 12, 13, make sure you check that out. So yeah, those are my units and how they're looking so far. Obviously I need to level them up, awaken them, and then I'm gonna 6-star Angelica. She should be your first priority to 6-star. Then afterwards you can have all your other units at 5-star and they'll be fine. And you can even 6-star Sigret for more damage. Sigret scales the best with stars and levels. Alexa does her job just fine at 5 stars. Furious does his job just fine at 5 stars, even 4 stars if you want, but I recommend 5 stars as well. So yeah, and you want to awaken them all fully if you can. Yeah, awakening is pretty easy. You just need the catalyst and runes. So runes will be probably the biggest issue because they are kind of time gated. So going over runes real quick, you'll see you need to find them from Spirit Altar. And Spirit Altar, like I said in the past, it only unlocks on certain days except weekends where everything's open. So Frost Spirit Altar is open in 2 days. It says 1 day, but it's actually like a day and like 20 hours, so it's basically 2 days. So I have to wait for that day to actually start awakening my units, so I probably won't be hitting Wyvern, you know, like 12 and 13 until then at the very least. So yeah, I gotta wait and make sure when the Frost Spirit Altar is open, guys. It's just open on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, I think. You want to make sure you hit this and get all your runes that day, because if you miss it and you have to wait till the weekend or the next week, it will really suck, guys. It's waiting around and not being able to do Wyvern and being on bad gear is going to be a pain, because Wyvern is how you get all your gear, especially early game. So yeah, for now I'm gonna have to be farming catalysts, unlocking unrecorded history stages, right? So I can actually farm those catalysts, awaken my units, and scale up my units as well. You only want to scale up like a certain amount of skills. If you want to know more in depth, like I said in my Wyvern guide, but most importantly, you want to scale up your effect chance up on debuffs like Sigret S1, Sigret S2, Alexa. You can max everything because she's a 3-star actually, so she doesn't cost Mola. But if you want to be really budget, you can only just scale up her S1 and S2. Her S3 do not scale up the skill cooldown, is very bad. And then Furious, you want to do the same, where you Mola his S2 and his S3 to 100% defense break. And then Angie, you just want to skill up as needed to make sure she is tanky enough to survive with her healing boost that she gets from scaling up. So yeah, 6-star Angie for sure, 5-star everyone else. You can 6-star Sigret as well, and then start farming runes, catalysts, to awaken your units and start scaling them up. That should be your priority right now, because this time period is going to be basically your Wyvern prep time period. So it is very important to start prepping for Wyvern, because you're going to get stuck in Adventure eventually, because it just gets too hard. In Abyss, you'll start hitting a wall as well, and you just need gear to gear more units and progress further in the game. So Wyvern is kind of the big wall that early game players hit, so you have to start preparing for it now. So yeah, on the topic of Wyvern though, I'm going to go over how to start farming it. So before you even have everything done, you can start progressing through. Just make sure you one-time clear it, okay? You do not want to farm anything before 11, because there's too much RNG. Everything before 11 has a chance to hit your DPS units too. The boss can just snipe your DPS units and one-shot them, so it's not worth farming. Most people will say to just manual clear once, everything until 11, and then you start farming 11, and then once you can farm 12, you start farming 12, and then after 12, you start farming 13. So very, very important to do, guys. Yeah, don't farm it like 10, 9, 8. It's just not worth, guys. And don't manual farm 11 and 12 or 13. It is just not good for your mental. So yeah, just make sure you get your gear from Adventure's Path and from check-in, enhance them, and you should be fine for 11 with, even if it rolls not that great. Which, on another note, guys, make sure you plus 15 your gear. It is very important. Let me go over it real quick. So you'll see like Sigret's ring 34% at plus 9. I think at base it's like 12%, and at plus 15 it'll be 60%. So by not enhancing your ring, you're losing out on like a lot of that, like 50% attack, which is crazy amount of attacks. So make sure you plus 15 your gear, guys. Even if it starts rolling poorly, like this first set is going to carry you into Wyvern 13. So, or not Wyvern 13, Wyvern 11. So make sure you plus 15 it and just start using it. You can replace the gear later. The way you enhance it is going to be from charms, and also from adventure mode. When you're farming, you can just use the fodder gear as enhancement fodder, and you should be fine. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys like this video. I know there wasn't really much content, but more of like what you need to do and stuff, and how to prepare for Wyvern. But that is honestly what you need to do at this point in the game, and is the only thing you need to focus on. Basically just your Wyvern units. Like even my RB's like ungeared now, guys. You just want to go full Wyvern mode, prepare for Wyvern. And if I wasn't clear on anything, I actually have a completely detailed Wyvern guide that is fully dedicated to Wyvern. So you guys might want to check that out, and maybe you guys will be able to understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another episode of Zero to Hero. Peace.